Welcome back to Over 55. I'd like to introduce Kyla Woodcock of the Forest City Sports and Social Club.
Well done.
Hi, Kyla. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Yeah, that's a mouthful.
It is a little bit. The
But-
acronym's even harder.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't going to go there.
FCSSC.
So, easy for you to say.
Yeah, it is now.
Now that we have talked about what it is, or
Yes.
maybe you can tell us what it is.
Sure.
Okay, because you founded this, didn't you?
Yeah, I started the Forest City Sport and Social Club 2 years ago in August, and FCSSC offers co-ed, recreational, sports leagues, tournaments, outdoor adventure, and social events exclusively for adults in our city.
That's great. And I did a little read up on the internet, and it's really expanding, though.
Yeah,
Like,
we've done really well since I started the club a couple of years ago. London has really embraced who we are and what we do. So we are now about 3,300 members, and we were only 200 when we started.
That's
so,
huge.
yeah.
Now, from your little bit of bio when you're traveling all over the world and spending a few years in the South Pacific and all that,
Blah, blah.
why did you choose London?
I came back to London for a couple of reasons. I grew up in Stratford, so London is very familiar, and my family, some of my family were living here
Okay.
at the time. And I also came back because I was going to do my master's at Western.
Oh.
And so that's over now. I finished that.
Good for
But
you.
that was part of the draw.
So now, what kind of co-eds, because I know we have the Huff and Puff League, which is for the really old folks out there like myself, but
Which is great. The Huff and Puffs
that's
are
great. So it's sort
is
of like
great.
the early part of the Huff and Puff in a way. It's the
I
before you
guess
get
so.
the Huff and Puff.
Yeah, it's a little bit like the Huff and Puffs for sure. In that we're absolutely co-ed like they are. But we're also all for fun and fun for all. So we offer recreational leagues in attitude, all of them, but we also offer a couple of skill divisions so that if you're a more accomplished athlete, but you're looking for a recreational or non-competitive version of your sport, we're a great choice.
So you can have somewhere it's just easy. And do you get into like contact sports?
We have none.
Oh, good.
No, absolutely none.
So we're getting very passive with our sports. That's maybe a good thing.
Well, we're getting non-contact with our
Okay.
sports. So for people who, like you and I, have a job to go to the next morning, player safety is really important to us.
true.
And just the fitness and the fun factor, right? You're out there to have a good
Right.
time and, lose a few calories if you're lucky.
And that's good.
Make a number of new friends, which are all of our members are able to do through our leagues with so many people being, around
right.
in the club.
Well, that's great because
Yeah.
it's it's the social. I mean, it's the social part where you can, like you said, about not just skill level, but it could be a level to attitude. You said, right?
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, no matter what skill level you have in a sport,
Right.
we ask all of our players to play with a recreational attitude. And you see that on the field. We're self-officiated. We have no referees.
Right.
So we count highly on, honesty and sportsmanship on the field. And we have a spirit point system to encourage that. So
Okay, explain that.
you want to understand what that is?
yeah.
So our spirit points are points that one team gives to the opposing team after every game to recognize and reward them for their sportsmanship and their fun factor on the field.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So the league, so you have everything. I guess hockey, baseball.
We do everything from, we do 12 to 15 different sports a season, and we change our seasons just as the calendar changes.
Right,
So
right.
right now we're finishing up our winter season, and we're about to start our spring and summer season in May. So our winter season was everything from curling to floor hockey, dodgeball, indoor volleyball. We had lots of stuff going on.
Right.
And our spring and summer season, we move most of our sports outside. So we get into softball and soccer and beach volleyball. We play golf, lots of outdoor activity.
So 3,300, that's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot you're doing a lot of coordinating because
Yeah.
you're basically the only employee.
I'm the only full-time employee
Right.
of the club, but I have a fantastic crew of what we call event coordinators, and that's staff of the club that attend every game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what else? I was looking at that. So there's you get that Spirit Award, which that's pretty good because that's really sportsmanship. To
Yes.
give somebody else a point.
Indeed.
So these clubs gather the points through the year, and then so you get the club winners on the softball
You
teams.
bet.
And
Yep.
then-
So just like many other sports leagues, we keep score in every game, and we track those scores on a standings or a scoreboard. So at the end of the season, we know which teams have the highest spirit point scores and which teams have the highest game point scores. We combine those two to determine our overall standings.
Okay.
We have playoffs just like other leagues do, and then we give T-shirts and trophies to the winners in each sport league.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That 6 minutes just flew
Gone.
by. It's amazing. And that was a good sport we did.
There you go.
So thank you for watching Over 55, and we'll see you next week.